back and forth. And so we're into our next series here. In the top left-hand corner, as the purple Zerg, we have Tripitch, or Triptych. And in the bottom right-hand corner, as the yellow Zerg, we have Jake Pliskin. Well, yeah, of course these guys' mechanics aren't solid, man. They're all learning. We're all learning, but you know, this is down around 1500 MMR or so. So, you know, not going to see perfect mechanics by any stretch of the imagination. But again, if you are, I would say, realistically sub B, certainly if you are sub C, then lots of stuff to learn here from the commentary, and it's as much instructional as it is, what do you call it, just casting the game, so to speak. Alright, so Overlord is out for Tripitch, and Overlord is out for Pliskin, both in alternate directions. And I think I have my stream titled that way. I think it's titled like a CPL, like commentary / analysis. You know, a little bit of it is just breaking down and saying, all right, what are the things that went wrong? What could we have done better in these sort of games? All right, so we have Overlord here on the way for Pliskin. And bam. All right, so, okay, we're getting eco. Okay. At least it's cross map, but let's see if he puts down a pool. No, it's gonna be a. Oh, it is gonna be a 12 pool. Okay. Well, all right, we got 12 pool. Hey, Micah Dean 13. How you doing, man? Welcome to Elmaster's stream, aka my stream. That'd be a little weird if I refer to myself in third person. So we got a 12 pool here from Pliskin, or with gas. Okay. I believe you usually get a hatchery first. I'm not super expert in ZVZ builds though, but it is cross map, and it is 12 pool. So depending on what he does, if he doesn't make a hatchery, he'll be fine. But if he does make a hatchery, which he's going out to do now, if he makes a hatchery, you definitely get into a situation where you have to defend, and it's a little bit difficult, especially because he did opt to go for 9 pool speed. But cross map's going to give a little bit more time, and of course 12 pool has a little bit more potential to defend against a 9 pool speed than does 12 hatch. Oh, so it is pool gas hatch? Okay, well, we got no one here to back it up. 12 pool is not a build that I'm familiar with at all, so this is, I guess, the normal way of doing it. But we've got cross map spawns, so he's got a little bit better chance to defend. It's still a tricky defense, and of course the difference here is that you will have lings out a bit faster. And it looks like he's actually has his lings out fast enough, but he has made a mistake, I would say. I would assume this is a mistake, not being able to make a full pair of 6 lings. And oh no, that's the one thing that Pliskin can't do, is start to take an engagement against a greater number of lings. Now, it looks like somehow the way that fought, it didn't actually go that bad for Pliskin. It went relatively even. So he gets a little bit fortunate there, but it's tenuous, and speed is about to kick in. Speed is done. So it's all about maneuverability here. Equal numbers for Tripitch, now superior numbers. Pliskin really needed to have drones pull, and he doesn't have drones pulled, so he's going to have to run back to the ramp, which means Tripitch should swing back and go into attack and hatchery, and then Pliskin down the ramp, but the mobility advantage is great, and it's a great arc for Tripitch. Pliskin commits to an attack, and that should be more or less enough to do it. That will be the end of the hatch here for Pliskin, unless something goes really wrong. Or I guess Tripitch is just going to go for it. So Tripitch is going to play it a little more on the risky side, but he's getting a lot of drones. There's no drilling here at all from Pliskin, so the lings are doing more than enough damage. This is going to be GG. The economic damage here, absolutely massive, and GG is called. I believe from that, usually when I see it defended, you need to pull a couple drones. You need to just be very, very careful with your lings. Dance around the hatchery. Wait for the speed to kick in, and wait for the lings from the natural hatchery as well to kick in. Yeah, you might have gotten a little greedy on the drones. Yeah, that could be the case. All right, so we're gonna go into game 2. It is gonna be on Circuit Breaker. Of course, it's ZVZ, so maps are perhaps a little less important. But bottom left-hand corner, as the green Zerg, we have Jake Pliskin, and in the top left-hand corner, as the yellow Zerg, we have Tripitch, or Triptych. Gotta say it right in my head. Hatch some Hydralisks. Yeah, I mean, you can play Hydralisk in ZVZ. You know, it's not something you're gonna see in Korean level ZVZ, but there are definitely some pretty strong foreigners that have had success with Hydra builds. I don't know what you'd actually need to do as far as build order goes, like how you get your third hatch, how you drone up, how you transition. I'm gonna assume it has to involve the use of sunkens, but I don't have a good Hydra ZVZ build that I can offer or opine on. And against really good level Muta play, it definitely becomes disadvantageous. Muta are just too powerful compared to the mobility of Hydra. But certainly if you are, you know, anybody other than near Korean level and want to play with Hydras, go for it. You can get pretty damn good at ZVZ playing with Hydras. All right, so this is going to be a, what is this? Is this overpull? No, 9-pull. Oop. 9-pull here from Triptych again. And okay, well, it could still be overpull. Probably not overpull now though. So Pliskin is again going to be on the receiving end of suboptimal build orders. But let's see here. He's got a lot of money. He's got 12. Okay, he's gonna go 12 fetch. So it's gonna be even worse this time. And probably gonna be a 2-0 here for Pliskin, but you know, it's possible. 12 hatches have defended 9-pool speeds before, and of course there's no, and it is an in-base 12 hatch, so that definitely increases the defendability. The chances here for Pliskin to be able to hold this. Much easier to defend, much closer reinforcements, all kinds of differences. Mineral lines, much more accessible for drilling. We should see the gas. There we go. Pliskin gonna grab that gas. And what do we have here? 3 sets of lings coming out, and we got, well, we don't have to wait on overlords and other such things. Oh, actually, overlord's done. Excuse that. I don't know why I just said that. That was blatantly wrong. Definitely doesn't have to wait on an overlord. He's got 2 overlords. And did we go? Oh, we went 9-pool lair this game. Oh, okay. And that is something to remember in ZVZ. And almost every other matchup, if you see gas and a pool, it's almost always going to be 9-pool speed. But in ZVZ, you can actually get some 9-pool lair games. And that is what we have here. So it's going to be very fast Muta. Oh, we're getting an Evo chamber already. That seems very fast. I don't believe it's needed anywhere near that fast. Ugh. So that's too fast for Pliskin. At the same time, it looks like Triptych like didn't even realize that he was at the right base. He just checked for a hatchery, and then apparently he just didn't want to fuck with the ramp at all. So he doesn't actually go in far enough and misses the chance to at least get a few drone kills or disrupt mining. So that's a very unfortunate loss for Triptych, and that now puts Pliskin at a pretty nice spot. In terms of at least economy and such things. Now he's going to have to deal with the incredible speed of these Muta, because let's face it, his lair is going to be eternally late. So in some ways, I still don't really like how this game feels for Pliskin. We got a Spire going up, but if Pliskin just goes for lings here, he's grabbing speed. If he just goes for lings, there hasn't been a sunken at it, and if there isn't a sunken at it, he should just be able to more or less roll over Triptych with 2 hatches of lings and either destroy the economy and or kill the Spire, preventing any Muta numbers. And of course, he made the super... Oh, he's actually going for this build. This build! Oh my gosh, I haven't seen this in a long time. This one you actually add a 3rd hatch with, but you get lings with +1, and they kill a lot faster. You get some stupidly powerful lings. They will just absolutely shred the other lings. It's really... You know, I mean, if you think about it, +1 attack is a 20% damage increase in Zergling power, so... it's a little bit of a cheeky build you don't see very often. I haven't seen it in ages. I don't even know where Pliskin picked it up from, but that is really cute. So he's going to slaughter the lings of Triptych, and it's going to be a question of, can Triptych get a sunken down? Can he drill long enough to get Muta out? Now, obviously, it looks like he's got a creep in place to make a spore. We should see Pliskin going here a little bit sooner. We should see him going here shortly. Oh, okay, this is not the variant of it I know. I know a variant of it where you actually get a 3rd hatch and do this. And the other thing that makes this a little bit different that might not work is he's waited too long. Against a super fast Muta like this, his claw timing is basically going to allow the Muta to be out. Now, if he just absolutely dominates with the lings, he's still going to kill the hatch. He's still going to have so many lings that he's going to be able to kill off drones and or the Spire. But, you know... He's adding 2 spores. The Muta are definitely not going to hurt him back at home. but he needs to go with his lings. He should go with them like really, really soon. All right, so Scourge are actually being sent to kill Overlords. And is there another one here? Yeah, but there's going to be... well, it's only one Scourge. So it will live. Oh, actually, it will die. The Scourge will die. The Overlord will definitely live. All right, here goes the fight. So there we go. Pliskin rearranging his control, going for this round. And +1 will be kicking in here right about now. So let's see if we're going to drop a Panic Sunken. One Muta is not going to stop all these Lings from tearing through the drones unless Pliskin really struggles with his control. Maybe he takes a really bad fight at the ramp or something similar here. He is definitely coming in a bit of a line. Oh my god, so this is a really powerful arc. Now we go, that's a little bit better. Actually, he's going to go for a split of Lings, and of course the +1 Lings then eventually starting to murder the other Lings, and now it's just letting them kill drones, and there's no Lings alive, so the Lings are going to nicely auto-target the drones. He's focusing on the Spire, but too many of the Lings are not really fighting. He's not getting a ton of kills with them. He's getting some, though. If he gets 3 or 4 more drones, that's pretty good damage, but he doesn't, and he doesn't get the Spire either. You know, he is going to be running in a lot more Lings, but let's face it, he's been able to already get out, what is this, 5 Muta? We got 3 drones here, we got 3 drones here, we got 6 drones left over, and that is almost equal economy. Only 1 more drone. Oh, Pliskin really having a bit of a unfortunate macro day here. He's going to add a Spire of his own. He needs to add drones of his own. Now, with these 2 spores, 5 Muta can't take out a spore. 6 is where it gets a bit dicey. 6, you can pull 1 back and take care of a spore pretty easily. And of course, Triptych also has that second hatchery. Let's see if it stays alive. Ling's continuing to run around, forcing the Muta to chase. Let's see what happens. Here we go, running in. All right, well, he obviously has the upgrade advantage. So again, the Lings are going to be very powerful. Let's see what he does with them. But there are 2 hatcheries from which Triptych can produce Lings. He's pulling the Muta back to home. He's retreating with his Lings. Not bad. He actually puts them on hold position here. And he's going to go for the Spire. This time, it looks like he will get the... No, focus the Spire! Okay, Spire's going to go down. And then will we get another drone or 2? If he can get 2 more drones, it starts to look actually not as bad for him. But again, Triptych needs to stop mining gas. His gas is going through the roof. But Triptych also has 2 drones back here. What is he making in these eggs right now? Okay, none of them are drones. So not that good from an economic standpoint. So this game is interesting here, but Pliskin's hurting pretty bad. He's very turtle up. If you would have made a round of drones before, and all of a sudden you would have had 12 drones with a Spire coming, I would have said, okay, maybe this can normalize. But now, remember, there's also 0 defense. 0 defense. Like, ground defense. Not a sunken here. If there was a sunken here, but I'm pretty scared for him because we all know what happens when Lings click on spores. And there's enough Muta here that if the Lings even kill this spore, the Muta can go and kill the other spore. And this looks pretty bad for Pliskin. He's going for a drill. It's not... Well, actually, the drill was a little bit late. Should have happened about a second earner. Ah, Muta running in. Scourge popping at a pretty good time. These Scourge could make the difference. These Scourge could make the difference, but the Lings are still alive, and there's only 1 drone, so it actually doesn't matter. And enough damage is dealt here that Triptych is going to be taking this 2-0 over Pliskin. This game did get kind of interesting, though. Unfortunately, in this case, I would have gone a bit sooner, Pliskin, even though I know you had your +1 attack in mind. You had the numbers, you had the reinforcements. If you would have gone pre-Muta and started pressuring with those Lings, your +1 still is going to kick in. But you had more Lings than him to begin with. And then you would have forced him to basically say, oh shit, like, I have to make... I have to make Lings. Like, if you're attacking him, he has to make Lings. He can't afford to make Muta. If he makes Muta, when you've killed all his Lings and are reinforcing from 2 hatches, like, he's completely dead. And then you wouldn't have had the Muta, and your +1 would have kicked in. I think that game could have gone your way had you done that. But I know it's pretty easy to be like, oh, I'm doing this timing, and I'm gonna attack at +2. It's an easy mindset, an easy thing to do. But I definitely think that game, from what I saw there, that game was winnable for you. Now, if you would have added a sunken, then it would have been a totally different situation. But he didn't, and so I think that was a missed opportunity in hindsight.